Well, hey there. This is Zeke. I'm out in my backyard, and I'd like to be able to speak directly to President Trump, but I'll never have that opportunity. I'm just a nobody. Uh, but I'm going to entitle this video Dear President Trump, and maybe his ego will get him to look at it. So I'm going to speak as if I'm speaking to President Trump. Mr. President, about your news conference yesterday, where you were asked about Governor Inslee, who's a governor of my state, Governor Brown from Oregon, and Governor, what the hell is his name, from California, Newsom, forming some sort of a pact to begin reopening their states. And your response, Mr. President, was completely inappropriate. You said something along the lines of they have to answer to they have to fall under the authority of the presidency, and you have the authority to tell them how to run their states. Now, there's a lot of constitutional questions here about states forming pacts and whatnot, but you ever hear of the 10th Amendment, Mr. President? I'm sure you have, because frankly, you've during this whole coronavirus thing, you've practiced federalism, so I'm sure you're aware of the 10th Amendment, but you don't have that kind of authority. So stop saying stupid shit like that shoots you in the fucking foot every time you open your fucking mouth. Because you know as well as I do, the media is going to take that little snippet and cut it up to whatever the fuck. Well, that's what they did. Make it say what they want to say. Now, I do my best to listen to as many of your daily briefings as I can, because I know I'm not going to get the truth from the media, because let's be honest, media hate you. They hate you for a lot of reasons. Some of them are pretty good reasons. But on the other hand, I'm pretty glad you call them out on a lot of the bullshit they've been feeding the American public for a long time too, but that's another story. The fact that states are talking about opening up means you've already won that battle, because they're trying to beat you to the punch. So stop with this. Oh, by the way, listening to your daily briefings, it's painful, sir, because you can't string two thoughts together in a clear way. If you listen long enough, you start to figure out what you're trying to say. But the biggest problem is you're trying to take credit for everything, and everything that you are associated with is the biggest and the best that's ever been. Stop it. It's not. You've done a lot of good things as President of the United States. I'll give you credit for that. But God damn it, you need to take a lesson from Ronald Reagan. If you don't give a shit who gets the credit for the work, you'd be amazed at how much you can accomplish and get done. You don't need to be the center of everything, Mr. President, and you shouldn't be. You should give credit where credit is deserved. And I see you trying to do that, but you still have to be putting yourself in there as the guy who's orchestrating it. Well, guess what, Mr. President? You're not. You're getting a lot of advice from a lot of really smart people, and you need to give them credit and stay the fuck out of it. So that's number one. Governors are going to open their states when they're able to open their states. And yes, there are a lot of governors, like the governor of my state, who are going to try and resist it while claiming they're opening it. Because guess what? Governors like Jay Inslee hate business. They've made it abundantly clear that they hate business. And unfortunately, Seattle residents, who basically control who gets elected in this state, hate business too. They hate when people are successful beyond what they could be themselves. They hate that. And I hate them for that. But the only way to beat that is to let them fail. Let them fail miserably, because they will. I'm getting off track again. There's so much to say about this. Mr. President, the bottom line here is stop trying to be the center of attention on everything. Stop trying to get the credit for everything. You don't deserve it. You frankly don't. And you don't need to be the center of attention on everything. Grow up, Mr. President. I know it's going to be hard at your age, but grow the fuck up. And stop trying to be the one. Barack Obama wasn't the one, neither are you, and nobody ever will be. And if you're somebody who believes in Jesus Christ, okay, he's the one. Not you, not Barack Obama, and nobody else. Give credit where credit is due and keep your mouth shut about trying to claim credit where you don't deserve it. Stop trying to claim that everything you touch is the biggest and best that's ever been in history. Just stop it. It's annoying. And guess what? The news media takes those little snippets and they chop it up and they make you look like a goddamn fool. And people who only consume mainstream media just buy what they hear. They're not going to look any deeper, and it makes you look like a fool. You'll never get credit for the things you want to get credit for unless you stop trying to take credit for it. And I'll be honest with you, sir. You deserve a lot of credit for a lot of good that you've done. I'm not going to spell it out here because I'm not going to stroke your ego that hard. Your ego needs a kick to the nuts. And that's what I'm trying to do. Well, there's my thoughts on it, Mr. President. Think about it really hard and have a great day.